Hey y'all, so I'm sitting here on the couch today. Decided not to do an office video or an outdoor video. I'm just sitting here chilling on the couch. My daughter's taking her afternoon nap, and that means mommy gets some time to do some things that I need to do, or just to relax a little bit, or work on something. So, do some dishes, all those kind of random things. So I wanted to kind of discuss today, again, related to kind of the struggles with being divorced and being a single mom. Related to that, I wanted to talk about the struggle of raising a child pretty much by yourself. And sadly, that has been my case pretty much ever since she was born, even though I just recently divorced. My husband was very aloof, very not involved. In her training, her discipline, teaching her things, just either just not interested or not there or not involved. Yeah. So all of that was pretty much left to me. So there was no good cop, bad cop parent. I was always the bad cop because I believe in discipline. And training your child. The scriptures say to train your child in the way they should go. When they are old, they won't depart from it. It's from the book of Proverbs. So you have to train your children. You have to, from an early age, start correcting them when they are doing things that are unsafe for them, or doing things that are going against what your values are, or what you told them to do as a parent. They're disobeying you. Anything like that, you have to start correcting that from a very young age. Well, I guess my ex-husband had a different view. Like, he never corrected my daughter. I remember one time my daughter was like, this was when she was maybe 2.5, almost 3 years old. So she didn't really have too much of terrible twos until the very end of her second year of life, when she was soon approaching 3. Is when she actually kind of started to get some of those terrible twos. And I was like, well, what in the world? Why didn't it happen earlier? Because I thought I was good. I thought I was going to make it through the terrible twos without her being that terrible. But oh Lord, those last few months of her second year of life, moving into her third year of life, she was a little hard to deal with at times. And there was one day where she was wanting to do something that she shouldn't be doing. And I said, Abigail, no. Don't touch that. Mommy said no. And she looked at me. Ooh, if looks could kill. I'd have been dead. She looked at me like, just mad. And she got so angry because I told her no, because she was doing something she shouldn't be doing. She started picking up stuff that, not like, little soft, fluffy, like, she was picking up some of her heavier, like, hard plastic kind of toys and chucking them overhead at me. And, like, they were hitting me. She was hitting me with them. And then she ran up to me and she kicked me a couple times, and I grabbed her arm and was like, you got about a millisecond to calm down, or you don't want to know what mama's going to do to you. And so she kind of backed up, and then I turned around to do something else, and whack, here came something else. And my husband at the time, was sitting there on the couch just watching her do this. You're watching your daughter hurt your wife, and that's okay with you. And I looked at him and I said, are you going to help me correct her? Like, tell her to stop treating her mommy that way. Pull her aside. You don't have to, hit her or be mean to her or anything like that. Because most of the time, my discipline with my daughter is more about, like, timeouts, taking things away from her, taking away her favorite toys. One time I made her, because she lied to me one time, this was recent, I did it the old school way. I got her some pieces of paper, and I wrote the first line for her so she could copy the letters, and it says, I will not tell a lie. And she sat there, and I made her copy that over and over and over again on several pieces of paper, and she hated it. But guess what? She thought twice before she ever told me a lie again. So I'm not all into the hitting and stuff like that. But you can be stern with your children and pull them aside and say, hey, get it together. Right? So he didn't even do anything. He didn't even say, Abigail, don't do that to your mommy. That is not nice. That is disrespectful. Don't treat your mommy that way. He didn't do nothing. And when I said that, I don't know what, he got up and walked away. He's like, you're going to tell me how to be a parent? I'm like, I need your help. We're in this together. This is our daughter. So both of us have to be involved in her training, in her becoming the kind of individual that we want her to be. And it starts young. So I'm like, I was pretty much doing it on my own the whole time, but even more so now that I'm divorced, that she lives with me, that I'm the primary, caregiver, parent, everything. Man, it's a struggle. Because like I said, you don't ever get to be the good cop. You're always the bad cop. So there are days where she's just like mad at me. And just, I can see it on her little face. Like she knows she never ever should say this to me or she's in big trouble, but I can look on her face and just tell that she wants to say, I hate you. She's got that look on her face, And that's heartbreaking because I didn't sign up to be doing that by myself. I didn't think that I would be alone in raising and training our child. But I am doing it alone. And it's so hard. So hard because there's days that I'm like, I just want to have a good day with her. I don't want her to be mad at me. I don't want her to look at me hateful. I don't want her to throw any more tantrums or start crying because I got onto her for doing something that was, disobedient or disrespectful to me. It's such a struggle. And any single moms out there that you understand how I feel, please feel free to comment on this and let's just, get each other through it. Maybe we can, in the comments, just put some tips and some different things that you do to help you still maintain, the discipline and the training and everything of your children. Because yes, we love them. And that little girl has had my heart from day one when I found out I was pregnant with her. She's had my heart. And she knows I love her. And I tell her that even when I'm disciplining her and she's in trouble and she's busted, I tell her, I love you. This is why I'm doing this, because I love you and I want you to be the most amazing person that you can be. I want you to reach everything that God has for you. And if I don't start training you to act right, to have self-control, to be obedient, to respect authority, you're going to have some issues in this life. So she doesn't quite understand that yet, but I always tell her, don't ever doubt that mommy loves you. It's because I love you that I'm doing these things. So that's one thing that does kind of help me. After I discipline her and a little bit of time goes by, maybe 20, 30 minutes, I'll come up to her and I'll give her a big hug. And I'll say, Abigail, mommy don't like getting on to you. I wish I didn't have to. But if you're going to behave a certain way that is disrespectful or disobedient to mommy, I have to correct you because I love you. But I always give her a big hug and tell her that I love her. And I'm not mad at her, that I just have to be a good mommy and make sure that she's doing what she's supposed to do. So, it is a struggle. It is a big struggle. So if you feel the same way, or if you have any advice, or just you want to vent, please feel free. Let's talk. Let's have some dialogue in the comments. Let's go back and forth. Let's encourage and pray for each other and give each other advice. Help us get through these difficult years, these tough times that we're going through. Alright, so if you haven't done so for this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video. I'd really appreciate it. Help get the word out. Help push it through that algorithm in the YouTube verse or whatever. If you like the video, if you comment on it, it kind of gets it out there. YouTube kind of pushes it more. So if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless.